Hello and good morning to everybody again. It's another beautiful day. Just look at the beautiful day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. It is episode 8. Episode 8, guys. And this is the State of the Goonies address. Now, 8 has some relevance to it when it comes to me and the Goonies. Why? Why, you may ask? Because if you turn an 8 sideways, it's the number infinity. And that's the amount of times people will always tie the Goonies to Rome DMV. Why? Well, because in the words of Snake Eyes versus Ace Amin, you joined the group started by Rome DMV. Now, before I talk about the Goonies and what happened to them, I want to know who is the most brolic, strongest, most brute female that we have in the battle rap culture. Well, actually, maybe the world. Like, maybe what's like the most strongest girl that we could get to come somewhere in the world. We need to know because last night on Battle Truths Live, during Night Court, I put a case on Jayblac. And a lot of people were like, oh, what? Like, when did he do that? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I put the case on Jayblac because I'd remember Jayblac saying that this would be the best year in battle rap or else something would happen, right? I remember it had something to do with the slap. I wasn't really sure, right? I remember him saying that. Now, I had forgot exactly what he had said, but then I found the tweet. And boy, oh boy, am I excited that I found the tweet. Thank God for my memory. These are the type of things that you guys are going to miss out on with Rome DMV not being here. This would have just gone under the rug most likely, but no, we're going to remind him. Here's the tweet. It says, save this tweet. So I saved the tweet. If by December 31st, the consensus doesn't feel 2019 is the best year in battle rap, I will allow a young lady of y'all choosing to slap me as hard as she can in 4K on Champion. I'll even provide a slow-mo replay. The tweet's right here. Right here if you guys want to look at it. I know it's a podcast. I normally won't put up images, but here you guys go, because you guys probably wouldn't believe me. And he might go and delete it. March 6, 2019, 1:23 p.m. 42 retweets, 238 likes. There's the tweet. Straight from Jayblac's mouth. So, who are we getting to slap Jayblac? Because this has been one of the top worst years in battle rap. Forget one of the best. We've had to wait forever to get battles. We have to now pay to see battles. The top tier battles that have happened have turned out awful or have been subpar. It sounds like Jayblac was banking on Cassidy and Mook's return along with GOAT titles and Hitman and Bill Collector to make this one of the best years. Nope, that didn't happen. Sorry, that didn't happen. Should have banked it on something else. So, me personally, I vote for Miss Hustle or E Hart. Those are my two options. I would love to see Miss Hustle slap Jayblac. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. I think it would be funny to see E Hart as well slap the brakes off of Jayblac. So let me know who's going to be slapping Jayblac, because I don't think in the last 3 months that they're going to be able to save this year or his prediction. Me personally, I heard about these things. I didn't think that they were going to be all that great because I'm, I don't know, realistic. So, man. I mean, at least there was one fire punch in the Mook return, but I mean, you know, it wasn't enough. So this wasn't one of the best years in battle rap, clearly. If you think it was, please in the comments below say that you feel like 2019 was the best year in battle rap. Please, if you actually feel like it's on pace. I feel like last year was better than this year up to this point. And up to this point, we had just had Summer Madness 7. But before that, this year had been really good. So, before that, last year had been really good up to this point, before Summer Madness 7. So, do we really want to sit here and try and say that this year's better? Like, Man. So let me know who you guys want to slap Jayblac. Battle Truth, I cannot wait to hear who you got in mind. Now, I'm going to be talking about the Goonies, starting with the actual Goonies and ending with the half Goonie, post-Rome DMV, not the same feel, add-on Goonies, right? Now, anyone that knows there's a difference. And it's obvious. Now, the reason it's so obvious is simple. The Rome DMV effect is real. Now, when the Goonies started, it was me, Twerk, Rada, and then they added drugs a couple weeks later. That was the original Goonies. When people say the Goonies, even till this day, they think of those 5 people. Rome DMV, the guy that's always with them and blogging on them and always pushing them and always saying that they should get these matches and all these crazy things. Then you got Twerk, who's looking like the best at the current moment. I'm talking about back like 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago when we first started the Goonies. Then you got Jackboy, who's that wild dude that's mad creative, that we all felt like had the potential to be the best out of all of us at that time. Then we got Rada, who we felt could make a haymaker out of anything. Literally anything. Then we got Drugs, who is just a wild dude that we still on the come up, that we trying to get onto that bigger level to be there with them 3. That way he could shine because we knew Drugs is extremely talented as well. People think of those 5 people when they think of the Goonies till this day. They don't think of all these extra add-ons and things like that. Those are just okay. Y'all are the Goonie gang. Y'all are the Goonie gang. But the Goonies are those 4 battlers. It's Twerk, Jackboy, Rada, and Drugs. Those are the 4 people that people think about when they think about the Goonies. Now, as of today, the only thing that really matters is the Goonies power rankings, and we'll get to those soon. But I think people need to realize the difference, like what the Rome DMV effect really was, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, Rome, what are you talking about? Once you're a Goonie, how could you have made a difference? Here's the difference. When I came out, I made it a goal that they would all have branding, that they would all have things that people could tie to them, things that the people could call them, all this stuff. Let's just start with I don't even know who to start with. It doesn't really even matter. Let's just start with Jackboy, right? With Jackboy, me and Jackboy were always together. I don't think people realize how much me and Jackboy were together. He would come up to Richmond to be in blogs and do live streams with me in my house and things like that, to talk crazy all the time, like every week, like every single week. How would Jackboy get up there? The Rome DMV effect. Not sitting here tooting my own horn. It wasn't anything that I was mad at. I was living okay, making a decent living. Jackboy was an up-and-coming battler. It is what it is. So I would be paying for these bus tickets and all this stuff to get him to come up here. Granted, yes, I would be making money off of YouTube, so it wasn't a 50-50 like split. Like I would be making the money, he would be coming up, so it wasn't really a bad thing. But I would make sure that he was up there, that it was always something. If he needed to be at an event, I would be like, come on, guys, let's all get in the whip. Let's go. I was the one that was driving to the events. No one else had a car that could get to the event. One person had a car, but that car couldn't make it a quarter of a mile without breaking down. So I was the one making sure they was always at all these events, making sure they was always in front of every single camera. You guys see how Ace Amin's doing it now? He's just doing what I was making sure the Goonies were doing before. Making sure they was at every single big event, making sure they was always going to be able to get there, making sure everything was going to be able to happen, right? Always making sure that, okay, let's start something. Let's start something, guys. Let's start something. I'm not going to get specific with each person. I'm just going to talk about these 4 battlers as a whole, like what we did on the come up. Like when it comes to the 2-on-2, do you guys remember the 2-on-2 that happened with Jackboy, Rada, and Snake Eyes and Dougie? Do you guys remember that? People don't realize how that happened. How that happened was very simple. We knew that Jackboy and Rada were supposed to be getting getting their first shot. Why? Because it was their turn. Twerk had just gotten his shot against QP, I believe, or against QP. So it was time for Jackboy and Rada now on BL5 to get their shot. And pretty much P told us the only way that are gonna get on BL5 is if they battle each other. If they're both going to get on BL5. And if not, then it's only going to be Jackboy that's going to be getting the look against, I forgot who they were going to put him against. It was so long ago. But it was only going to be Jackboy getting the look. So I'm sitting here, Jackboy sitting here, and me and Jackboy were sitting in my room, in my house, after talking to P. We were sitting here saying like, okay, how can we do this? How can we manipulate the system? What can we do to make this thing happen, but also make it lit so everyone can be happy? Boom. Let's have a 2-on-2. The first new dude 2-on-2. Let's do it. We can have it be a surprise match. Instead of it being a surprise match with just Jackboy battling, we can have a surprise match with 4 people battling. It can be the same budget, blah, blah, blah. It'll be all good. Let's call P. No, matter of fact, first, let's call Snake Eyes. We called Snake Eyes. Called Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes remembers this call. Hey, man, what you think about a 2-on-2? You and, who do we say? You and, cause it was not Dougie at first. It was Snake Eyes and, oh man, who was Snake Eyes cool with back then? Oh my goodness. I've completely forgot. I wish that I remembered, but it was not supposed to be Dougie. And then it ended up being like turning into Dougie somehow, but Snake Eyes was like, yeah, I'm with it. So at first it was Snake Eyes and someone else. Then we called P and we said, hey, what you think about a 2-on-2? You know what I'm saying? The 2-on-2, Snake Eyes said he's with it. And then P thought about it for a few seconds and he said, all right, let's give it a go. And so we said, bet, let's do it. Okay, cool. So boom. Instead of just one person getting a surprise battle on Born Legacy 5, we just got 2 Goonies on Born Legacy 5, Jackboy and Rada. Now they both get to rap together. They both get to be the youngest 2-on-2, and they get to potentially show that they deserve to be on Double Impact that's about to come around the corner. This was the perfect storm. It was the perfect idea. The perfect plan to give them a boost in their stock. What ended up happening? They ended up battling. It was awesome. But what happened at the battle? Look at the hoodies that they were wearing and the shirts that they were wearing. You guys see those bright Goonies across the cover, across the front? You guys see on the back of their hoodies how it said Haymaker King and Jackanese? Those were made and paid for by Rome DMV. I made sure that they looked like a team up there. That the Goonies was a brand that people could brand. Why? Because this was the first time that they were going to be being seen to the masses. And they need to be branded already. People still to this day remember those Goonies, hoodies, and logos. Why? Because people like Glueezy are still wearing theirs. Shout out to Glueezy. Glueezy, you're a post-Rome DMV Goonie add-on that is still wearing Rome DMV made Goonies clothes. What are you doing? Oh wait, I forgot. There's no other ones to wear. So way back then, early 2017, I had everything good to go. And you know where Jackanese and Haymaker King came from? We said, okay, Twerk's got the strapped in. You guys need your guys' own slogan, your guys' own thing. Jackboy already said what he calls his writing is Jackanese, so made sense. Jackboy, what you think about Jackanese? That could be yours. Jackanese? Yeah, it can be yours. Like, you could speak Jackanese. Like I always said, O-Red be doing a translation, but he don't even be saying nothing. At least when you're saying Jackanese, you're saying something with the meaning when you could do it. You know what I'm saying? So it'll actually make sense. That way it'll be something good people can actually go crazy for instead of just a bunch of noises. You know what I'm saying? Made sense. Jackboy was like, yeah, I'm with it. Rada needed something. Rada couldn't really come up with anything that people could coin to him, go to him for, nothing. So you know what I came up with? Haymaker King. You can make a haymaker out of anything. Just call yourself the Haymaker King. It'll catch on. Just keep calling yourself the Haymaker King. When I make my best of video that had gotten over 100,000 views, the best of Rada, I put Haymaker King at the end of it. Why? So people could know this is Rada, the Haymaker King. And it caught on. I put it on the back of his hoodie and it caught on. And still till this day, people will refer to Rada as the Haymaker King. If you type in Haymaker King on Twitter search, a bunch of Rada stuff will pop up. Why? Because that's what it does. It's branding. People don't realize that. I made sure they had a brand the first time they had a look. So when they win the battle, oh, it's easy for P and URL to say, oh, cool. Yeah, let's give them a shot on Double Impact. And you know what? Let's put them with Twerk too. And you know what? Let's make it an actual Goonie event. Let's make it an actual Goonie thing and let Drugs rap too. Which they told us about, 3 or 4 days before that happened. Maximum a week. That was very last minute. But it is what it is. Now, this event right here, me personally, I'm like, okay, they already got the hoodies, they already got the Goonies shirts they're gonna be wearing. I don't really need to do anything else with the look wise. They already got the look down. So now what do I need to do? Okay, I need to be able to get the crowd hype. So what did I do? I went and made over 500 Goonies white towels. Who remembers this? I made over 500 white towels for people to wave in the crowd for the Goonies at Double Impact. So when we came out, I handed one bag to Norbs, biggest mistake that I've ever made in my life, because those towels never got thrown. I literally handed this bag to Norbs 10 seconds before we walked on stage. Hey, throw these in the crowd. Get these spread out between everybody. That bag never went out in the crowd. So I run out on stage with my one bag, throwing all these white towels in the crowd for people to wave, and I'm looking around, where the hell's the rest of the bags? I'd given one bag to a dude up top on the balcony, another bag to a dude on the other side of the balcony, and one bag to Norbs right down low at the floor of Irving Plaza. And none of these dudes threw the towels out. I was so mad. The hours and hours that I put into making these Anyway, so I throw mine off the stage. There's a bunch of people in the front that have them, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you guys see white towels at the Double Impact event. Anytime you see somebody waving a white towel above their head at Double Impact in the footage, that's because of Rome DMV. That's a Rome DMV towel that got Goonies printed across it in black. This is what I knew. And when I threw it out there and everybody started waving the white flags that they caught, guess what I did? I turned to Smack, and guess what I told Smack on stage? See this? This is marketable. I said that to Smack on stage. I said, you see this? The Goonies brand? That's marketable. When you stand next to Smack and let him know, look at this. Just look at what you're watching. This is marketable. New dudes coming in, doing what we're doing. Nobody was doing that. Nobody. I told Smack this is marketable, and you guys are wondering why URL loves the Goonie so much. They are marketable. Those four. The Goonie name is marketable. That's why you guys are always surprised. Oh, another Goonie got another shot on URL? You betcha. You really think that if URL says, oh, you know what I'm saying? Even though we're not really going to care about this guy's career, if we give him a PG, that'll probably mean the Twerk might show up. And if Twerk shows up, then it's going to make the event more lit. So I guess we should just throw a couple Goonies on the card anyway. Anyway, let's get back to the point. So Double Impact happened. Double Impact was great. It went well. They 3-0'd Swave 7 Team Hami. It was crazy. They had a great performance. It was awesome, and after that, it was all smooth sailing. And then what happened? Boom! Jackboy got petty over something he should have never got petty for, $50, when I had spent over $500 in bus tickets on you to travel up and down from Richmond and back, and I'd probably spent over $500 to $1,000 in gas on going to events with y'all, and I'd already spent over $750 on merchandise and hoodies and t-shirts and things like that. But you was mad over $50 that I literally just forgot about, literally just forgotten about. And when you did tell me about it, what did I do? I sent $100 immediately. Why? Because it was $50. It wasn't a big deal. So boom, here's $100 for your troubles awaiting. My bad. And what does he do? No, it's about the principal, man. It was really just saltiness. But I understand now. That bitterness, which in the long run hurts your career for a myriad of reasons. But, yeah, that bitterness, I understand, made Jack Boy want to just end it with me. So it is what it is. But Twerk said, like, what? Like, you're getting rid of this? No, I'm keeping Rome as my manager. Like, Rome is still going to be my manager. He's very smart, and he's a good guy at the end of the day. Right? Now, after that, things started to go downhill. This is where the separation started to happen, right here, was when the rest of the Goonies separated from me, and only Twerk kept on rocking with me. Here's what started to happen. Less promotion from Jack Boy, Rada, and for Jack Boy, Rada, and Drugs. But really Jack Boy and Rada. Less promotion for them, right? Now, anytime that they had, like, you guys remember the whole John situation when I literally had Jack Boy, Rada, Twerk, Drugs in front of a camera with pitchforks pretty much saying, oh, John, and fire, saying you can't come to the DMV, da-da-da, you gonna catch a bald head. You guys remember all those crazy videos that I uploaded? All these things are marketing tools. It's just marketing to make them URL stars, to make them names forever. When people have storylines and things they can talk about, your name will be in battle rap forever. That's why I left for 6 months and people were still tweeting about me every day. People would still mention me in battles every other week. Why? Because I'm Rome DMV. You guys know what I do. You guys know my history. You guys know what I've brought to this game. You guys know what I've done. It's literally that simple. People don't realize. So when I stopped managing the rest of the Goonies, the marketing stopped, not making any more best ofs that are doing 100,000 plus views. People don't realize, people that watch these best of videos, a lot of the times, they don't normally watch your battles. They will not. They're like, oh, okay, this Jack Boy dude's kind of nice. I didn't even know he was this good. Okay. Yeah, that's Rome DMV. I made the best of videos out of anyone. All these compilations online, none of them was touching a Rome DMV one. Why? Because I made sure that it was the very best of the best. Jack Boy, how many times did I send you your best of before I put it out? I think it was at least 8 times that I had sent you a redone version of your best of video. And finally, you agreed to say yes, and I dropped it, and it did over 100,000 views in less than a year. That was promotion. But you didn't want me to be your manager anymore, so boom, I deleted it. At least I put it on private. I recently deleted it. But yeah, so I put it on private. Less promotion for Jack Boy. Then after that, obviously I'm not there to hear the bars. Now, anyone that knows, this is another thing, I'm extremely critical on bars. Anyone that's ever called me and had me hear their rounds before a battle knows that I will be critical of your bars. I don't care how tier you are. I could care less. It doesn't matter to me. You're all the same. You're rapping. Like, it's still battle rap. You're still rapping. Just because you're a top tier means nothing to me. Like, how many times, Geechee, have you called me and I've heard your stuff and I say, I mean, you could do this to switch that and that. Like, what you think about doing that? Okay. Well, you could do this, that, that's trash. Now you got to punch more. Now you got to punch. What was one of the first things I used to tell you, Geechee, when you first come in? You got to punch more, though, man. You got to punch more. You want to make it on URL, you got to throw more punches. Even if they not going to be super crazy, you got to throw more punches, man. You just have to. That was one of the first things that I told you that I really, told you, that was, my first big advice to you was you got to punch more. You got to. I give great advice when it comes to specific battles. Like T-Top, how many times, T-Top, have you called me before a battle? And T-Top is one of the most well-prepared battlers ever. You guys got to understand this. T-Top will get locked in with someone and he'll write for them for 2 weeks straight and then be done. And then he's done with it. Then for the next 3 months, he's just literally chilling. He don't even think about the bars. He's that type of dude. So T-Top will lock in with somebody, write the rounds, and then when he's done, it'd be like, yo, King, let me hear these rounds, King. Let me hear him, Top. And T-Top will tell you guys, any battler can go ask T-Top. I will stop T-Top every 4 bars. Everybody knows. T-Top knows this. I will literally stop him every 4 bars. It's like, nah. And a lot of the times he'll be like, man, shut up, man. You don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing. And like other times, T-Top be like, nah, you, okay, you might have a point, King. You might have a point. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but I'll always tell him what I truly believe. I'll say, ooh, okay, that's a haymaker. Okay, that'll get a ooh, that'll get a ah. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think they're gonna react to that. Oh, well, you start with this and end it with that. So I think you starting strong and finishing weak. I literally tell you with T-Top, I literally with T-Top, it's funny, and T-Top knows this is true because it's happened 2 times. I can literally tell T-Top how a battle will go just by hearing his rounds. When I heard his rounds for Geechee Gotti, I forgot which rounds it was, but I literally told him, okay, this round, you're going to lose this round. This round, you're going to win this round. That was insane. And that round, honestly, if he doesn't come with classic material, you're going to beat him 2-1. And he was like, all right. Like, he didn't really like it. Like, he was like, all right. And I was like, so in my opinion, it's gonna be 2-1. Like, I literally told him straight up. I was like, that's your weaker round. Like, I think it was your first round, your weaker round. Your second round with the hair angle, that's your better round. You're gonna win that round. And the third round is gonna be debatable because you know Geechee always brings it with his third rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know he always brings it with his third round. So, and then the battle happened, and then what ended up happening? Exactly how I called it. Geechee came out smoking in the first. Geechee won the first. T-Top came back in the second. Won the second. Then the third happened, and the third was mad debatable and mad close. Literally happened just like I told him it would happen. Then the Iron Solomon battle comes up. I tell T-Top, all right, I hear T-Top's bars. All right, I hear his bars. All right, okay, all right. Well, you gonna lose the first. You gonna win the second, and you gonna win the third, and you gonna beat Iron Solomon 2-1. He's like, man, how you know this, man? How you know this, man? I told him, I was like, listen, man, Iron Solomon always comes out strong in his first, but not in his second. So you and your second stronger than your first again. So you gonna win the second, you gonna lose the first, and you gonna win the third because I like your third, and I don't think his third is gonna be all that crazy this battle. And what ended up happening? He lost the first, won the second, and won the third because Iron Solomon's third wasn't that crazy that battle. I literally told him exactly how his battle would go. I'm very aware of certain things. I just know it's reasons that people spar with me. Like Chef Trez before he battled JC. What was one of the things that I told you, Chef Trez? What was one of the things that I told you 80,000 times before you battled Chef Trez? Nope, that's not enough. JC is about to come and wash the floor with you. I told him that so many times. I said, yeah, that's a fire round. But, that's bad. That punch could be better. That was too basic. You realize this is JC that you're going against, right, Chef Trez? Like, you have to be way crazier. You have to have crazier stuff than that. Like, like this whole section, wipe it out. And I'll be damned if Chef Trez didn't listen to me. Chef Trez really listened to me. This is one of the times that I had the most fun preparing for a battle with someone. Why? Because they listened to what I said, and it ended up making a battle a classic. Chef Trez would not have been that crazy if he wasn't sitting there preparing with me. And I don't, like, he can admit this, he can not admit this, it's up to him, it's up to not. Me and Chef Trez are cool, there's no reason he shouldn't admit this. But it's a fact. I was pushing you to be better because I told you JC was going to come crazy, just as crazy as he did. I told him, I was like, this is his first time back on URL. He's going to absolutely OD. The crowd is going to love him. You're going to need to go crazy. And then JC was up there hitting him with Chris Benoit bars and all these things, and your life, you would have benefit you in a box, like all those crazy bars. Like, you better come with some fire. And Chef Trez, he came with it, and he was able to put on a classic against JC. If he hadn't been preparing with me, I've no doubt in my mind Chef Trez would have gotten bodied that night. And it would have just been like, oh my goodness, JC's God tier. He's back on URL. Chef Trez wasn't ready. That would have been the storyline. Instead, Chef Trez ended up getting Rum Nitty and all these other people later that year. And look at where he is now. He's still battling on URL. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Chef Trez. That was really fun. That was actually the last time me and Chef Trez did that before any of his battles. So, like, Chef Trez, call me before your next battle if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get pushed to, be the best you could be again. But regardless, long story short, I'm just saying that preparing with me being there, being ready before a battle with you, is always a positive thing. How many times have we been in the hotel, Twerk, and literally it'll be 8 hours before you're supposed to be on stage, right? Wake up, okay, 10 a.m. hangover, okay, gotta be at the venue. We already got people calling us, oh, y'all gotta be at the venue by 12 o'clock. No, we're not gonna be at the venue at 12 o'clock, sorry. Nope, gotta go over these rounds. Let's get this. All right, Twerk, how much you got? I got about a round. A round? Man, you better get... What do I got to do? Because granted, I can't help Twerk come up with nothing. I just got to pretty much sit there and give this dude his space and make sure that he's still working on his bars. Make sure he's not sitting there trying to talk to people and nothing like that. Like, I'm just making sure that he's still working. Because as long as he's working on it, it's all good to go. But I can't help Twerk. I'm be honest. Twerk's one of them people I can't help him for nothing. Why? Because that dude is just way too good. He's just way too good at coming up with stuff. I can't think like he does when it comes to the way he be bending words, taking all these words like I would have did a holographic. I ain't thinking of nothing like that. Like, what in the world? Like, nah, this dude's a beast. Like, so I just got to be there to motivate him. But how many times have we been there and I done had to be like, let's go. All right, cool. Come on. That's fire. But let's keep going. I ain't gonna have you jersey again. Nope. Not gonna happen. Not this battle. And then you go up there and you don't jersey. It's because I'm there, Twerk. It's because I'm there. Gotta make sure it don't happen, man. That was one of the things I prided myself in, man, was making sure that you didn't choke. And whenever you did, it hurt my soul. It pained me. It's like somebody stabbed me in the heart. Twerk choke. Preventable. It hurt, man. It hurt. So once I stopped doing all these things for the rest of the Goonies, for the Jack Boys, the Riders, the Drugses, and then they started adding members like that was gonna do something. They started adding Gluezy. They added Gluezy. Why did they add Gluezy? Why would they do that? Give me 2 reasons you would add Gluezy. Is Gluezy gonna be a potential superstar in battle rap? No, he's not. Why would you add him? Does nothing. Every single person that has been added to the Goonies, except for Ace Amin, has not had superstar potential. I'm sorry. They added C3. C3's been around forever. She doesn't have superstar potential. She's cool, but she doesn't have superstar potential. And you can be cool with someone and not make them a Goonie. I think the Goonies need to understand that. You can be cordial with someone and not let them join your group. It is completely fine. You can rock with them at events, but they don't need to be a Goonie. The Goonies was supposed to be for superstars only, and if I was in there giving a vote, none of these dudes came into the group. It would have still been the same 5. And the only person that I would have let in the group is Ace Amin. Why? Because Ace Amin knows this. I was one of the first people that saw Ace Amin. I was one of the first people that was talking to Ace Amin, telling him, giving him advice, things like that. I'm not going to sit here and say that I fucking made Ace Amin or anything like that, because I didn't at all. But I'm sitting here saying Ace Amin knows this. I was one of the first people that was in his corner giving him advice and all that stuff. I was one of the people that was really on his side. When that thing happened, Ace, that went wrong, most people would have just ghosted you. Would have just said, you know what? Just deal with it. I'm not worrying about it, Ace. That's not my problem. Most people would have just literally ghosted you. But no, I was in your corner. And I wanted to make sure that you was straight, and I knew that would have seriously messed you up. So what did I do, Ace? I sent all of that money. I think it was like almost $2,000 or something like that, right? Like, it was ridiculous. Most people would have just ghosted you, would have just said, I'll figure it out, deal with it. But nah, that ain't gonna be me. No, I'm not that type of person. I'm sorry. That's not gonna be me. So, me and Ace have a pretty interesting relationship because when it comes to me and Ace have done more talking behind the scenes and all that, and before battles and all that, than any of the other new Goonies have with me. More than Gluezy. I've never prepared with Gluezy before a Gluezy battle. Not surprising. I've never prepared with any of these people. With Mac Mel. I've never prepared with Hoffa. I've never prepared with any of these people. I've never prepared with Funeral Fame. I've never prepared with C3. I've never prepared with any of them. I've never talked to them before their battles. Never done any of that. Only person I've done it with is Ace Amin, and then the rest of the Goonies. The real Goonies. You guys know what I mean. I don't mean the Goonie Gang. I mean the Goonies. The 4 Goonies plus Ace Amin. I will consider Ace Amin a real Goonie. Why? Because he's a superstar, and the Goonies is only for superstars. Ace Amin understood it. He understood the promotion. That was one of the first things I told Ace Amin. I told him promotion is everything. Because he was kind of asking, because you know how people be wondering, like, oh, I'm a controversial person. And guess what? Yeah, I'm controversial, but it's promotion. As long as people are talking about you in front of cameras all the time, that's promotion. That's what's needed in battle rap. Promotion is key in battle rap. I told Ace this. He took it and ran with it. He ran with it, and he's doing it in the best way that he possibly can. It's incredible. Like Cuban, even Cuban, Cuban's one of those people. All right, we're going to throw him on the card. We're really not going to give him a big plate because if we would have by now. But he's a Goonie, so hey, if we put him on the card, then there's probably going to be other Goonies that'll show up, and then the event will probably be more lit because when the Goonies show up, the 5 Goonies, when the Goonies show up, then the event's more lit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I forgot any of the Goonie add-ons, my bad, but that just shows, like, it's not, like, it doesn't matter, like, that you're in the Goonie gang. Like, it just doesn't. Like, it's irrelevant. Certain people, how the URL looks at all of you guys is like this. They look at Ace Amin like this. Okay, this guy is the real deal. Out of all these Goonie add-ons, this guy is the real deal. He can actually be a potential superstar that can make us a bunch of money in this thing. They look at C3. I'm not sure how they really look at C3 because female battle rap is just a whole different thing right now, so I'm not even going to talk on that. And I rock with C3. Shout out to C3. Funeral Fame, they just look at him like, why did they add him? Whatever. Okay, cool. It is what it is. Gluezy, they look at him like, okay, this was actually a URL idea. So the Gluezy edition was a URL idea. So when they were pushing Gluezy, giving him Shotgun Suge, all these people like that, and now Gluezy's on Twitter talking about, oh, da-da-da, so I called out this person and this person said they was with battling me, I told URL, and nothing happened, I'm still not booked. There's a reason for that, Glue. It's because you were only getting pushed because of the attachment to the Goonies. It didn't have to do with your personal skill. You haven't been doing anything that's been worth getting pushed recently. You haven't done anything in any battle that's worth getting yourself pushed. You haven't done any promotion, you're not promoting yourself, nothing. You're just behind the scenes, and then you rap, and then you don't do that great at rapping. It is what it is. And then you're choking recently against JC, like URL's not going to call you anymore. They're done with you, Glue. They're done giving you real chances. They let you, they had the idea to make you a Goonie gang and give you a chance to be a star, and you messed that up, just like a lot of other people do. Lou Castro, URL's looking at him like, okay, we don't really think that he's going to be a star, but we're still going to at least give him plates because he's got talent, which he does. Shout out to Lou Castro. He definitely has talent. They look at Sean Hoffa. Okay, this is Twerk's real close homeboy. You know what I'm saying? This Twerk's blood, like right here. Like, we got to give him a plate. Twerk will show up and be behind him. It'll make the event lit. Why not give him PGs? Are they going to drop? Not even on the app. But we'll give him PGs. That's how they're looking at it. Cuban. Like I said, I already talked about Cuban. Like, it just is what it is. Like, that's how they're looking at the Goonie additions. They're not really giving them serious shots. The real Goonies, the Goonies that matter, is the 4 Goonies. And here's the thing, is that the 3 Goonies now, they're making it hard to matter. Drugs just might be the number 2 Goonie. If we're going to go by the Goonie power rankings right now, like the real Goonie power rankings, it goes New Jersey Twerk number 1. Not even close. Then who's number 2 on URL's list? Who is URL looking at and say, you know what, if we're going to give someone a big name, we're going to give it to this person? Who is URL looking at and saying that with? They're probably going to be looking at Drugs, then Ace Amin. Why would they look at Drugs? Drugs has been doing good every single URL chance that they've been giving him recently. You saw what he did against Bill Collector? Had a crazy moment, all that stuff? Why not? Then Ace Amin, he just showed out in front of 2,000 people. He did well. He didn't do bad, even though I felt like he lost. He didn't do bad. He did good. He did good. So Ace Amin would probably be 3rd. So Ace Amin is 3rd in today's URL power rankings. Then I would say Jackboy Maine. You guys might love it. You guys might hate it. But guess what? Jackboy is still a bigger name than Rada. Why? Because Rada hasn't been doing jack squat recently to even make the people think that he should be on a card. At least Jackboy Main's been making noise. It's been bad noise, but at least he's been making a bunch of noise. Rada's just been quiet and on the app. That's not creating demand for yourself. Like, it doesn't work like that. So Jackboy Main comes in at number 4. I would say Rada would come in at number 5. Sure, I'll give Rada number 5 right now. Then after that, who do we got? Is it Cuban? Is it Louisi? Is it Mac Mel? Does it really matter? I would say it's probably Louisi at number 6. Then Mac Mel, number 7. Then Cuban, number 8. Then Lou Castro, number 9. Sean Hoffa, 10. C3, 11. Something like that. Funeral Fame, 12. Like, it's about there. I don't, like, if I missed a Goonie, oh well, but that's the Goonie power rankings right now. And the drop off, it goes from 99% URLs rocking with New Jersey Twerk to number 2 being Drugs, and URL rocks with Drugs 50%. Like, URL does not want to push Drugs, but Drugs keeps on giving them a reason to. Do you know how mad URL was at me when I had gotten KG to book the Drugs versus Stewie Newton 1-rounder? Do you know how mad URL was at me? They were so mad that I'd gotten KG to do that. That I'd opened it up, said, oh, it could happen. Why? Because Drugs went out there, he beat Stewie Newton in a 1-rounder, and then URL felt, dang, Drugs just opened up the pay-per-view at Traffic. Now we got to give him a bigger plate. Thanks, Rome. That's literally what they said. They didn't say, oh, he did good. This is good for Drugs. Let's give him a bigger plate. He did well. No, they said, wow, Rome, you really got Drugs out there and he beat Stewie Newton in front of everyone on pay-per-view and did really, really well. Now we got to give him a bigger plate. Thanks, Rome. That's what they told me. They didn't want to push him. They don't want to push him, but he keeps giving them a reason to. Sooner or later, URL, you can't deny it. You got to admit, eventually, Drugs deserves to get a push. This push you've been giving Jackboy, if you would have been giving it to Drugs, it would have went a lot better. That's all I'm saying. So everyone that's sitting here talking about the state of the Goonies, all these things, the state of the Goonies is very simple. It's top heavy, being Twerk, and then it's everyone else. Right now, the Goonies aren't the Goonies. It's Twerk and Company. The Goonies, post-Rome DMV, have been an absolute disaster, aside from New Jersey Twerk. Why is that? Because New Jersey Twerk kept me around. New Jersey Twerk did the smart thing. New Jersey Twerk didn't get emotional. New Jersey Twerk looked at it for what it was. A good idea to keep Rome around. So who do you guys have to blame? Who do the Goonies have to blame for the Goonies being what it is today compared to being what it was 2 years ago? More poppin', more talked about than it is now? Well, doesn't really know. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, the Goonies today are not what they used to be. The post-Rome DMV Goonies have went downhill. And we'll see how things go in the next year. Goonies need to stop adding members. Goonies need to trim the fat. Time to start kicking some people out the whip. If you can't use the Goonie name to become a superstar, get out the whip. You're just bringing down the Goonie name. In the words of Smack to Cuban, y'all not even lit like that. Y'all not even lit like that. This is the state of the Goonies. Twerk at the top, everybody else at the bottom. The gap is ridiculous. Time to trim the fat and get back to what made you guys great. Which might be impossible, because I don't think there's another Rome DMV out there. Sorry, Battle Rap Trap. You couldn't do what I did. You tried. But you can't create narratives like I do. Why? Because you're still too worried about being cool with everyone. You're not going to be cool with everyone. That's what I learned. That's why I didn't have a problem making noise. That's why I didn't have a problem creating narratives. That's why I didn't have a problem being extremely biased towards them when I came in the game. Because I knew what it would make. Stars. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Rome DMV. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest from the show. I'll see you on the next episode.